Hello, everybody. I'm in a little bit early, but it's only 2 minutes. I'm just about to add Jeanette to the stream. And there she is. Say hello to Jeanette.
Hiya.
And also with us at this time is Patrick, who will be added to the stream and help us out. Say hello, Patrick.
Hello, everyone.
Right, let's say hello to everybody who's already in the stream. So we've got Chris is here, Tracy's here, Patrick's here, Kate is here. All right, Kate.
Beauty on a budget, Bella.
Beauty on a budget.
Milady. Yeah, Milady Travels.
I'm not seeing that one.
Milady Travels.
We've got Pixies channel, of course.
Pixies, that's Chris. That's
Yep.
Mr. Jeanette. That is.
Hello.
Oh, that's him.
Mr. Jeanette. Yeah, they're all my people at the moment. DJ Ian, he's another friend of ours.
He's on now. Yeah, I can see him. Yeah, it's all good. And Mr. Cast Iron's on. Hi there,
Hey,
Mike. How you doing? Right. Let's have a quick look at. So just so you know who Jeanette is, those who don't, this is Jeanette's channel. And I think we'd better start off with the first question for Jeanette, because it's not just the ordinary cooking channel. How would you describe your channel, Jeanette?
I look at it more of a community channel. I've got lots of friends, as you can see from the chat. I've got a lot of friends, supporters. I like to look at it as a little bit of a community. We like to have a laugh. And also the baking side of it is my aim is to get people baking. I mean, Tracy started joining me on a Tuesday, obviously. And it's just to bring that confidence out in people. A lot of people say, I can't bake. Yeah, you can.
I can't. I'm okay at pies. I'm okay at pies. Yeah, okay. So there's Jeanette. Right. There's a scroller along the bottom which is telling you that the Jeanette's channel is linked in the description below the video. You'll be able to see that now. And as you can see, looking at the channels, they're all live. So you do live cooking on your channel. Live baking, which is what I noticed.
Yeah. Only on a Tuesday. I do 3 lives a week, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is like general chit chat, as you can see from the thumbnails, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then just the once a week, I do the baking lives.
Are they organised or are they chaotic like this?
I'd like to think they organised. We do have the odd hiccup every now and again.
All right, okay. Stephen and Jacqueline are with us. Nice to see you guys. They're from Trinidad. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Stephen and Jacqueline.
Stephen.
Right, let's come back to the house. Here we are. Let's spread them out a bit more so you can see what we're doing. Or is that better? Yeah, let's leave it like that for a minute. Okay, the reason I'm doing that is because I want to use the screen for my questions. Okay, right. More questions, right. Jeanette, what was it made you decide to become a YouTuber?
Well, I've wrote answers down to the questions that you sent me.
That's all right.
Pixie's channel, he'd already got a YouTube channel, and so had my son. And 3 years ago, my mum passed away. And I started, obviously, you know, I was going through the grieving process. I went into a dark place, and it suggested that I do a YouTube channel. So Chris, knowing what he's doing, set it all up for me, and then rest history.
Great. Did you? I mean, the initial problem with YouTube channels is getting anyone to sign up at all, isn't it? And then you need to get some momentum going, get a few videos behind you. I've done a few lives myself, but how is that working for you? Because you do only lives, don't you? I think on your channel.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't actually. I do. I mean, if you look on my channel, I have got quite a few like actual baking vlogs, but I haven't actually done one since July, because that's when I started sort of doing the live streams. You know what I mean? The baking live.
Yeah. I think it's good format. I mean, I enjoyed it anyway. Oh, Gordo's at it again. Look, with his jokes. Hi, Amjad. Hi, Gordo. Hi, Steve. Who else we got? No, I think we're good at that. I think. Yeah, I have to scroll up because I'm scared of missing anyone. I am. I like to be the host. Right. Okay. Jeanette, have you got any channels that you would say inspired you? The main source of your inspiration?
I've got to say Pixie's channel, haven't I?
Oh yeah.
Because he were the one that inspired me to start my YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. You know, he were the one that you know, but you know, I've got quite a few. I mean, Beauty on a Budget. She's an awesome. She like the different end of the spectrum. She does beauty and beauty products, makeup, you know, and everything else, you know. So that's sort of, that's not my forte. Obviously baking's my forte, but
right.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at what Chris has put. He says she wouldn't go on camera now. I got to rent the webcam off her.
Right. Oh, Park Nest is in. That's
yeah.
Park Nest. Okay. Right.
He's another one of my subscribers as well.
How long have you been? When did you start your channel off? How long have you been going now?
I started my channel in July of 2017, so like just over about 3.5 years.
Oh, so yeah, okay, right. I think I started mine in the October of 2016. Yeah, that was it. October 2016 I started, because it was round about the time that the previous election. It was right. That's how I remember it. Yeah. Right. A lot of my questions are based on your videos, but you tend to do live shows. So, are there any particular shows or videos you made that you found really hard to do, or what?
We were talking. Me and Chris were talking about this afternoon, right? And as you know, when you're recording the video, things always or sometimes don't always go to plan. Now, this particular time, I was doing a baking vlog, and I was that busy trying to look into camera, and I got to crack an egg, right? So I'm sort of there like this, trying to look at camera. Went like that to crack egg, missed egg completely, and cracked my finger.
Ow!
Well, my thumb. So But the best thing about it is Chris couldn't stop laughing, so we had to halt recording till he'd stop laughing, and then we'd sort of compose himself a little bit. And then, right, straight face, we're all serious now. And then he burst out laughing again.
I don't know.
Those, and then another what comes to mind, I think I was making a cake or something, and I don't know how it happened, but I put butter into some icing sugar. Poof, straight up in my face. I look like Casper. So yeah. And another one where he couldn't stop laughing because, I got all this icing sugar all over my face. And he's the worst culprit about it, even though he's filming and, you know what I mean? So, yes, we've had quite a few hysterical moments, but the worst part is trying to get him laughing.
I just had a bit, I just did, I've recorded it, but I haven't published it yet. It's the one on the tomato sausages. But I did that in the style of an ocean-going tadpole. I was all over the place doing that. But I managed to edit most of the worst parts out. But it wasn't pretty until I started editing it. It was really messy looking. But it's amazing what you can do by editing.
Yeah, the thing is that what should have only took about 10 minutes to film, etc., ended up taking us about an hour because I couldn't get him to shut up laughing.
Steve Essex is in the house. Long's Quest. Who else? Karen's in the house. Milady Travels is in the house. Thanks for joining us.
Gordo says he has a question for me.
Gordo, right. Fire away, Gordo.
Let's have the question.
Basically a joke.
I don't see it yet.
It must be. It'll be
partner's got one. He said, for those who are content creators, what do you use to edit videos? Well,
Questions.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Does she have a soggy bottom? Never. Gordo, you should know by now. I never have a soggy bottom.
Told you.
But yeah, in answer to Park Nest, I'll be honest here, I don't edit my videos. Mr. Man over there does it all for me. I haven't got the first clue when it comes to editing. Mr. P does it all for me.
What do you use, Patrick?
Sorry, I was distracted. What's this?
Question on the screen, mate. What do you use to edit your videos with?
Just at the moment, just the generic Windows 10 program.
Yeah. Okay.
And iPhone. What is it? iMovie.
iMovie. Okay. I use Shotcut at the moment. I was using Caden Live for years, and then I got a bit upset with the speed. It was taking ages and ages to render, despite the fact I've got a screamer of a computer here, and so I started using Shotcut, which uses hardware acceleration. So it'll use my graphics card as well to process the videos, and they're done in minutes. They're like a half-hour videos taking me about 5 or 6 minutes to render, to save. Yeah,
I've got. Have you heard of DaVinci Resolve?
Yes, I have. Yeah, it's a good one. I can use that on Linux as well because I'm on a Linux system here, so I can use it on Linux. DaVinci Resolve, but it's just another steep learning curve for me, that one. So I'm quite happy with what I'm using. Yeah. So Adobe Premiere Elements, that's industry standard equipment for videos, isn't it?
Stephen uses KineMaster.
Oh yeah.
I see a few people using that. Is it
What is it?
Keen Master or Pinny?
Oh, KineMaster. Is that that's an online one, isn't it?
I don't know, but I see a few people using it because it comes up on the screen.
All right. Okay. That's cool.
I just say thank you to Bella as well. She's put Jeanette's has a group of subscribers that know each other and have become like a family group. It's very true.
Yes, it's. I got a very much a feel of that when I was on the live with you the other day. That was it your Wednesday live or your Tuesday? I can't remember, but
Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday? Yeah, because you were cooking. Yeah, you were baking, weren't you? And I got a very much a family feeling from it. I knew tonight it'd be busy because of I knew you'd be bringing all that crowd along with you. That's fantastic. And they are brilliant. Look at them. They don't, you know, they're keeping up the questions. They're keeping up the anecdotes. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying about it being like a little community. You know, we all know one another. We all can laugh and joke and have fun together. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it fun.
Even during times like this.
Yes, it does. It also gives people, it's especially during times like this. I wouldn't be surprised if StreamYard and other such similar services are really doing well at the moment because the amount of people that will be using this to build social clubs, online social clubs, doing just what you're doing, Jeanette.
I'm just laughing at what my lady travels. She says Jeanette is the mothership. Well, it isn't exactly how I describe myself, my lady, but
right. Okay, so which of your videos did you have the most fun filming?
Fun? I can't, because I've put, I haven't really got a favourite or one that I had fun filming, you know, because I've had that many. I mean, I don't know how many videos I've done or live streams, etc. You know what I mean? You know, I just wing it. I just go with the flow. You know, same as I said, me channel is basically I don't do none of these fancy, you know, like the drip cakes and nothing too fancy, because the aim of my channel is to show people, you know, you can bake if you put your mind to it. You can bake.
No, I love what you're doing. Yeah, I love what you're doing. I mean, it's kind of where I'm pitching as well, because I'm like saying, look, if I can do it, anyone can do it, and that's why I explain every step, because you get a lot of these channels and they show something, they'll flash it, and I can understand why youngsters like it, because they were raised on Vox Pops and the concentration span isn't as long. But people our age, I mean my age and older, they want to know how to do it. They don't, you know, they like the words as well, I think.
But yeah, I mean, as I always say, I mean, I'm not a qualified baker. I've not took no, you know, what I know is through age and what I've picked up along the way. Yeah,
same here. I've never had a cooking lesson in my life. Well, apart from watching people cook, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm saying I've not got no qualifications. You know, I've never, but I've always had this love of baking.
Yeah, I baking. I've always had my good bakers because it's something I really. I wouldn't say I can't do it. I bake pies, but I don't really. Let's just say I'm not inspired to do it. Never really much, apart from pies, because I like pies. Believe it or not, to look at me, you wouldn't think I like pies to look at me now, would you?
No.
Yeah.
Pies, what?
My count is that you've done 75 lives.
Blimey.
Yeah. It's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
That's
How
a
do you
lot.
formulate your recipes then for your baking recipes? How do you come up with them? Are they old family recipes or are they ones you pick up?
What I do is I've got a few like regular I type in, I come up with an idea thinking, oh, like the Viennese mince pies that I did week before last. Callum, my son, when he first started college, he was doing catering and hospitality, and they made Viennese mince pies, and I thought, oh, yeah, I'll research it. So I just typed in Viennese mince pies. Hiya, Darwin. That's another one, by the way.
Hi, Darwin. Yeah.
And it's basically, I get this idea in my head, and there's like regular, the vloggers, and I just sort of scroll through, and I'm thinking, nah, is that easy enough for people to follow? You know what I mean? That sort of thing. And I've had like Wakey suggested certain things. I've had people suggest certain things, and then I'll research it, and I come up with the best recipe. What's on the internet? I do always put a reference and where you can find this recipe. So and when I first start, I don't own rights to this recipe. Is where you can find it, sort of thing.
Nobody does. You can't copyright a recipe. It's been a big there's been a big argument about it with these TV chefs. You just can't copyright a recipe. They won't let you copyright it. So everybody owns every recipe. Food belongs to everyone anyway, doesn't it?
But I always do that just to cover my back anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's just polite, isn't it? Really? Yeah, it's polite.
Yeah, and I do that. Whereas when I do like the baking vlog, the baking lives, I always put recipe, ingredients, and everything in the description anyway. But I always start off by saying, I don't own the rights to this recipe. Here's where you can find it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wakey's bane of my life because he's always going on about beetroot. Mind you, I double-sixed him other week because I've got quite a few cookery books, and I bought a tray bake one, and it was a beetroot tray bake, so that shut him up for a while.
Wakey is our beetroot connoisseur, according to Gordo.
Yeah.
I could use his help.
Yeah, because he keeps...
You can't beat it, root it.
But yeah, it's the bane of his life because he's always going on about beetroot.
How old were you when you first started cooking, Jeanette?
My mum used to do a lot of baking. I mean, I've been telling everybody every Christmas, my mum used to make Maids of Honor. I don't know whether you've heard of them or not.
Maids of Honor,
Have you ever heard of Maids of Honor? Well, basically,
is it like a pastry something? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pastry tart. You put a teaspoon of jam in it, and then you top it with a sponge mixture.
Oh,
and that's the Maids of Honor.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah.
So
my brother would like that. He likes his sweet stuff.
I mean, that's sort of one for a bit further down the line. I've sort of printed the recipe off. I found like a really old-fashioned. In fact, I think the guy commented on one of your videos. Where I saw the. It's all right. I'm just going to have a look and see what his name is. See if it rings any bells.
Right, all of those of you with your own channel, put an X now in the comments so that anyone watching this now and in the future, they can see that you've just an X like I've done there. They can see that you've got a channel, that you want to get some, you want to pick up some views. You want to pick up some subscribers. So if you put your X in the chat right now, and they'll come up for anyone watching the playback later on. There you go, guys. Excellent.
Well, I'm just trying to find the recipe, and I actually noticed that it commented on one of your. I think it was the Haislet one that I commented on the other day.
Haislet, yeah.
His name is. I think his name's. So I've printed it out. Look right at the bottom. Oh dear.
So was the last place you looked.
Paul's Pantry, that's it. That's
oh, Mr. Paul.
Paul's
Yeah, he's
Pantry.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Paul.
That's where I've got the recipe. Yeah.
Yeah. He's brilliant. He's really good. Yeah, he's gets a big mention on my sausages one because his recent sausages video that triggered me into making the tomato sausages because I thought where I come from, Nottingham, I don't probably where you're from as well, and in South Yorkshire they eat tomato sausages, and in Nottingham they have tomato, pork, and beef sausages all in one sausage. So I've made them.
But you can't beat a bit of Lincolnshire sausage. Let me.
Oh no, I love that. I've used a Lincolnshire sausage mix in my tomato sausages. So I've basically done a Lincolnshire. I've put a bit of smoked paprika in it because I was feeling it that day, and tomato. So you also have to put a bit of if you put tomatoes in a sausage, you've got to put a little bit of baking soda in there to stop the tomato acid eating away at the meat and destroying it.
Yeah, Mrs. Cast Iron says, I love to bake, making a red velvet cake roll next. Can you use beetroot in place of red food colouring? I wouldn't advise it.
No.
I'll just give you a little bit of advice. I always use the gel food colouring because you get a lot more intense colour. So yeah, I mean that's just me, but if I were to advise anybody, I'd use a gel food colouring because you get the colouring more intense.
Yeah, I mean most of those food colourings now are pretty safe, aren't they, from the E numbers that we used to worry about, tartrazine and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I always, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do a lot of shopping at a certain green shop. I'm not going to mention it, beginning with A. But I find that a lot of their food colourings are very weak, and you have to use a lot. Now, if you use the gel ones, the colour tends to be a bit more intense.
Right. So can you buy those online, those gel ones? Or
yeah,
where'd you get
them on Amazon. You can get Dr. Oak could do one.
Dr. Oak, yeah.
I specifically, I do like Dr. Oak, but yeah, you can, you can get them whatever colour you want on Amazon. But yeah, I would say that if anybody's going to colour any icing or anything, use the gel one. That's my only
DJ Ian said something about Chris. I think that's
Not
a joke.
Don't worry, we know him.
You guys.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, if I'd got to recommend anything, I would say the gel ones, the colour is a lot more intense. You don't need as much.
Very good. So you obviously don't work to a script, so I'm not going to ask you that question.
Definitely not.
Which is your favourite YouTube foodie channel?
I've got about 3. Baking Diva, which is Dolores. She's based in America. I have got a favourite that he originates from Birmingham and he's a young lad, lovely lad. I've had him on mine and I sort of like interviewed him, Baking with Elliot. Take a look, guys. He's very talented. Now, he has been to catering school and whatever, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say there. Carry on. Yeah.
I miss Chick as well.
So that's your favourite. Yeah. Which is your favourite YouTube non-foodie channel?
Well, as I said at the beginning, I've got to say Pixie's channel.
Woohoo.
And Miss Beauty on a Budget, who is Bella.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, so they're all with us now. Miss Chick ASMR is with us. Hi, Miss Chick. Thanks for joining us. Who else have I missed? DJ Ian have mentioned. Beauty on a Budget. Yeah. Okay. Short-term goals for the channel and long-term goals.
I ain't got any short-term goals as such. I'm sort of come what may, if you know what I mean. If I'm successful, I'm successful. If I'm not, I'm not. I'll still be here. I have the community spirit. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
If I'm successful, I'm successful. If I'm not, I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you wouldn't. So I kind of get a read from that you wouldn't change your channel very much. You wouldn't. I don't think you're the sort of person who'd let it go to your head if you got very successful either.
No, definitely not. And I've said this over and over again. I don't care whether I've got 9 subscribers, 99 subscribers, or 99 million subscribers. I'm still going to be the same person that I were when I'd got no subscribers.
Well, if you do get 99 million subscribers, can you buy me a studio?
I think Chris might have something to say about that because there's a lot he wants as well.
I bet. You'll be able to afford a lot with 99 million, I tell you. You'll be as rich as PewDiePie, won't you? He's loaded. He's about that 90 million, something like that. Crazy.
Partner says, "Are you monetized?" Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Wakey, what's that supposed to mean, Wakey? She's already ordered the tent from Amazon.
You're giving her one for free.
Excellent. So bearing in mind that it's not just the audience that we've got here now, and it's going to be the audience that's going to be watching this. What have you got to say to our audience?
Well, same as I say to people that watch my channel, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've put a bit of lippy on especially for the occasion, but I don't put no airs and graces on. What you see is what you get. Basically, because you joined one of my live.
Yeah, I love it.
It's great. What I mean? I'm just me being me. There are a lot of false people out there. You know what I mean? That sit and I can't think what I'm trying to say, but
I don't think they'd hang around long in your channel, Jeanette. I think because it's so down to earth, and the people that join and watch your channel, the people in the comments are great. They just go along with the humor, with the ambience of it. I loved it. I loved it being there. I wish I could afford more viewing time to go in, but I'll be able to watch an hour or so, perhaps a week. I don't know. We'll see. But I'd like to spend more time there because it was fun.
I'm just your average housewife, and sort of under the current situation, same as I've said to everybody else. YouTube's my social life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, right. Let's go on to the trivia questions.
Yeah.
Right, where would you bury hidden treasure if you had some?
I thought about this one. I thought about it. And my answer would be somewhere where I can keep an eye on it. I don't know exactly where, but it's got to be somewhere I can keep an eye on it.
That's a clever answer.
That is a smart one, yeah. So, yeah, kind of in plain sight, but
yeah,
hidden. Yeah, that's smart.
Hidden, but where I know, I can keep my beady eye on it and make sure that nobody finds it.
Yeah,
in my wardrobe, yeah, right. Wakey says it is ours.
How are we doing for questions? I think we're good so far. Save your questions for when the.
Yeah,
have we got another one?
There's no questions so
far. So, what food do you dislike?
Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Vengeance.
Love them. That cabbage is because I'm on low carb diet nowadays. Cabbage has become my potatoes, right? And if cabbage is my potatoes, then my roasties are Brussels sprouts. Crazy,
but no.
But
even right from being a child, I used to be made to eat Brussels sprouts by my mum and dad. You've got to finish what you got on your plate. So I was made to eat Brussels sprouts, and I've detested them ever since.
I bet. If you've been made to eat them, that's traumatic, isn't it?
But it weren't so much made to eat them, but when I was a kid, you were told that you got to eat what were on your plate.
But how would they cook them? How would they be done? Just steamed or boiled?
Boiled.
Yeah, see, yeah.
I always roast them. I do nowadays. I roast them in the oven with a load of bacon fat and bacon bits. Lovely.
But the thing is, I detest them that much. I don't care how you dress them up. It's still Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. So, what would you dip a chicken nugget in?
It's got to be tomato ketchup.
Ketchup, hey, a ketchup lass. Oh, good one. What about you, Patrick? What would you have? What would you dip your nuggets in, mate?
I think that this one. What was it? Chef John's answer to that.
Ranch and then hot sauce.
Yes. Hot and then and cold. Sort of.
Yeah. Alternatively, ranch sauce and hot sauce. Yeah, I like that. That floats my boat too. That idea.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you drink with dinner, Jeanette?
Nothing. I've had weight loss surgery, so they drill it into you that you don't eat and drink at the same time.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
You've got to wait at least 30 minutes before a meal or 30 minutes after a meal.
Wow.
So I don't actually eat or drink anything with a meal.
Do you have any kind of day job?
I'm a
housewife. Yeah,
fully fledged housewife, nearly old age pensioner.
Let's go on to the movies question. What would you watch over and over and over again and still love?
I think a lot of my subscribers know the answer to that because I go on about it. Dirty Dancing. I could watch it all day, every day.
It's a good film, yeah. It was a good old film, that wasn't
it? Big Patrick Swayze fan.
Oh,
I've never seen it.
You must like Roadhouse. That was one of my favourite.
That's my favourite.
Yeah. Another one would go with Demi Moore, but my all-time favourite, which I could watch over and over and over again, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, is Dirty Dancing.
Excellent.
Gordo says pouring up with Chris is a day job.
Oh, hang on. It keeps jumping up every time I try. There you go. Jaws. Right. Okay.
Jaws.
Right. If you was being cast in a movie, who would you cast to play you in a movie? Who would be playing you?
Well, I thought about this one very long and hard. And I says to Chris, it'd be hard for anybody to cast anybody as me because I'm one of a kind. If that makes sense. But if I'd I can
go along with that, yeah.
Yeah, if I got to pull two names out of hat, it'd either be Lisa Riley or Dawn French.
Dawn French.
Right. Yeah.
That's a cool.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard to cast yourself, isn't it? It is a tough question, that one. I think I chose John Goodman. Well,
Steve says that
What's that?
Steve Essex says that a girl. But yeah, I'm one of a kind.
Right. Okay. What did you want to be when you was a little girl? What did you want to grow up to be?
I always wanted to be a nurse. I don't know why, I don't know why. But I think as a
why'd you like dancing on TikTok?
As a child, you don't really know what nurse you think. It's just, a walk in park. But knowing what I know now and what I sort of learned as growing up, it's a very hard job.
Yeah, it is hard. Yeah, very hard job. Hard job.
Carol has joined us.
I couldn't do it. Hi,
Carol.
Hi, Carol. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming along. Who else is in that we haven't mentioned? Darwin, we've mentioned.
Eric.
Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And Miss Chick ASMR is in with us.
Bella, who's booked on a budget, she's an agony aunt, counsellor, advisor, and a shoulder when you need one, and she does it all for free. Thank you very much,
lovely.
Bella.
That's lovely. I'll put that up for a sec. That's a very nice thing to say, Beauty on a Budget. That's a lovely thing to say. Eric's in the house. Hi, Eric. Young Eric's with us. Have you ever cried because you were so happy?
Yes. You can ask Bella. I cry all the time, whether I'm sad, whether I'm happy. I cry when I'm angry. I'm the old kid. I'm always crying. You're
emotional.
Yes, I do. I do very much wear my heart on my sleeve. I do. But that's how I am. You know what I mean? That's just my makeup. You know what I mean? I do get very emotional.
Has that ever happened? Sorry, I was just going to ask. Has that ever happened when you've been doing a live stream? Have you ever sort of been caught out?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I did this particular live stream, and I did like 2 chocolate mousse, and basically, it were an American recipe, so it calls for it says whipping cream, but at the time I didn't know whipping cream would double cream, so I'm there trying to get this mousse to thicken up, and it won't thicken up. And I just broke down and cried, honestly.
Yeah, that's the risk when it's live, isn't it? You know, you can't edit it out. It's there.
That's it. So, you know, by no means that's it. But anyway, so yeah, I have cried on a live stream. But the thing is, I mean, we found out later, because I have an underactive thyroid, and found out later through a blood test that my thyroid level had dropped really, really low. Right. So that is like all to do with your hormones and everything. So I were very emotional at the time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm.
So does that that leads on to the next question. Do you sing and dance when you're on your own, when no one's watching?
The answer to do a dance when nobody's look around, my answer to that one would be a fine thing. You know, I can't even raise a smile, let alone my leg to dance. So I've got a lot of health issues. I've got a lot of arthritis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I always say, you know, I can't raise a smile at the moment, let alone dance. I can dance, you know, but
that counts. That all counts.
That's about the sum of my dancing, you know.
Right. Okay. Let's. I will go back to the other screen. This is a bit easier, isn't it?
It's all right. Pixie says.
Wakey said, "Go back to the other screen." It was like watching Mount Rushmore live.
Yeah, Pixie's put give over. I've got video footage of Jeanette breakdancing. I'd like to know where.
Hi, Mark and Rhodes is in the house. Hi, Mark.
Did you hear they're going to put that in the Olympics, apparently, breakdancing?
What?
Yes, I saw that on the news. It's going to be an Olympic sport.
Yeah, well, Pete will be there. He'll be doing the breakdancing at the Olympics.
I don't know.
I think I could see you doing that, Pete.
What, breakdancing?
Oh, yeah. Do a bit of.
If I try dancing, I'll break everything.
I was going to say probably break something, but not dancing.
I'll break everything. I break all my ribs and the lot. We need some questions from the floor now, boys and girls. You know, you've been saving them up, so get them up there. And meanwhile, we'll talk amongst yourselves.
Ian says he spins his brain, but that's about it. But yeah, can't remember last time I did.
Here's a question for you. That's from Chris.
He says, when's my next lemon drizzle? If you don't know, Pete, even Darwin, we nicknamed him Darwin Drizzle Digital or Drizzle because he's always going on about my lemon drizzle. It's one of everybody's favourite.
I did this orange drizzle cake, but I haven't done it on my video yet. But I might do that sometime.
I've got a video with the lemon drizzle, and I also did a orange drizzle, and I did a lime drizzle as well.
The one I did, it doesn't use flour; it uses breadcrumbs, white breadcrumbs.
Oh,
I know, and almond flour, and that's it. Crazy, but it makes a really nice cake. I'll have to do it.
Bella says when you're posting my carrot cake. I've sent you the recipe, Bella. What more do you want? You've got no excuse now.
Are we ready for Christmas, boys and girls? Nah.
No.
I'm never ready for Christmas.
You haven't got a tree up yet.
We haven't got our tree up yet. No, that's got to be done. That's a job because normally the lady that used to come in and clean for us once or twice a week, she's off because of the coof. So she's not coming in because of the coof. So we've got to put our own tree up this year.
It's all right. I'm laughing at Gordo. We had a meet up about 2 years ago where we all met up in Birmingham, and I made about 2 lemon drizzles, and I also made what's that one? 7-Up pancake. But Gordo left before I'd shared it all out, and that's what he's on about. He says, "I ain't had none yet. You greedy buggers ate it all."
What was that like? What was that like meeting all the people? That would have been amazing.
We had a good laugh. A few of us stayed in overnight in a, I think it were at Ibis. Were it Ibis? Yeah, Ibis. So yeah, we only stayed the one night, and it
would have been awesome.
Gordo says, "I blame Bella. She nicked my slice of lemon drizzle."
You didn't eat it up way down.
but yeah, if you were to ask me which of my baking is legendary, I'd say the lemon drizzle.
Right. Okay. Oh, I have to watch that one if you ever do it. Is it?
Yeah,
in your back catalogue?
Yeah, that was one of the very first videos that I ever did with the lemon drizzle. And I think it was just before Christmas, a year or two later, I did the lemon drizzle with a twist or something. And I did one made with oranges and one made with limes.
Lovely. Any more questions from the house? Boys and girls, come on with your best questions.
So, yes, has anybody got any? I've not stayed in the Ibis. It's right next to airport, Park Nest. So, yeah, it's right next to airport. So, has anybody got any questions to ask?
Beauty on the budget.
I doubt that very much, Bella.
And Trace has had tree up since November. There are 12 days of Christmas, and none of them are in November.
I've thrown a question out before, lol. I didn't see it here. How far are you from Pete?
There you go. Found it. Oh, I'm in North Wales. Good.
Yeah, it's in Wales.
But about 5 hours.
Just down the road. It's basically.
Sheffield's 4 hours. About 4 hours from me. About that. Maybe 5. If I go over the top. If I go over
the NEC, no, it was right next door to airport. Kate's in Cardiff in Wales.
Cardiff, yeah, I'm the other end. I'm up in north. Yeah. They speak a different Welsh up here. It's faster. It's like Scouse Welsh.
Pete originates from Lincolnshire, which is about 40 minutes away. That's where he originates from. But Bella is a proper Cockney, but she lives in Warrington.
All right.
I didn't see his question.
Oh.
Yeah, I've put it up now, look.
I ain't had No, that's Gordo. DJ.
If you could be a baker, which one would you be?
Baker. I'd love to be Mary Berry. I absolutely
Mary
love Mary
Berry. Yeah.
I love
super famous.
I love her recipes. I've got several of her cookbooks, baking books. But yeah, if I'd got, in fact, I printed a Christmas themed one, like chocolate cupcakes that are made to look like a Christmas tree, and that's a Mary Berry. So yeah, if I'd got to choose anybody, I'd say Mary Berry.
Yeah, good one to be as well. Another question: if a picture paints 1,000 words, what the hell was Picasso on?
Is that because of Pink's soggy bottom?
I reckon he was on the mushrooms, me. I reckon Picasso must have been on the funny mushrooms.
Gordo says he's blaming Bella because she nicked off with his slice of lemon drizzle.
Okay, we're at 55 minutes, boys and girls. We need some more questions.
I think I said you've done 75 lives before. I'm way wrong there, Jeanette. You've done like 1,000. I've lost count. I can't even count them all.
If she's done 2 or 3 a week for 4 years. Yes, a lot.
I don't know what I was thinking
there. Before I started doing the evening live streams, I used to do what we call a coffee morning, and I used to go like say 10 o'clock in the morning. But we got a lot of people from the US and Canada and whatever, and obviously they're 5 hours, 6 hours behind us, so they're having to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So then we decided, I asked in like a poll, what's best time for everybody, and everybody agreed that like 9 p.m. is Bella used to call it.
It's a really good time for you, yeah. I've noticed that the times recommended to me by YouTube, they don't really work that well. They're sort of saying 3 in the afternoon and stuff, but I don't see how that works. Thanks for that, Stephen and Jacqueline. And we need the thumbs up. So if you're in the chat, please smash the like button. It does help more than you know. It really does help us a lot. Thank you. Thanks, Stephen and Jacqueline.
That's
it. Any more questions, boys and girls?
Sorry, I was just going to say.
Hi, Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Bren. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
I was just going to say, Jeanette, you can tell how you're really experienced with these lives because you're keeping your eye on the chat as well. The other guests we've had, it's a talent to be able to do that. I'm struggling to do it.
I really struggle with it. Yeah, it's really hard.
Jeanette's done it thousands of times. So
but the thing is, I've had a good mentor because Pixie always says, welcome everybody as they come in, keep engaged with them.
Yeah.
And he's basically mentored me in the do's and do nots, if you know what I mean. So, I engage with my audience, with my subscribers, everything. I make sure that everybody feels welcome. Pixie's asked a question. Yeah. What's the best cooking implement you have? I don't know. I've got that many. I've got a hand mixer. I've got a stand mixer. I sort of sent him in this afternoon because I don't know whether you've heard of Lakeland, that do all baking pans and whatever. They've got a thing for, like when you put an icing in a piping bag. I mean, I usually get a pint pot and put the piping bag over the pint pot, but this is like a posh special thing, especially for that.
Mary Poppins is in the house. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us. I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't put my...
It's all right. I'm having to laugh because what Chris is referring to, it says it's his whisk. I bought this like little tiny miniature whisk, and they're only about £2 off for Amazon, and it's the best thing I've ever bought. And it's ideal, like if you've got to whisk eggs up before putting it in a recipe or everything. But it keeps nicking it off me. So, you know, he uses it to make gravy, and, you know, it keeps nicking it off, and then he keeps trying to hide it from me, so I don't use it.
Gordo's hitting us with the big question of the moment.
Yes, that's my answer.
Does pineapple belong? No.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I'm not really a fan of pineapple on pizza. You know.
Well, I'm going to do a proper host thing and sit on the fence and say, well, look, your pizza, your money, your choice.
Make sure you sanitize it properly. Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, there's a very
Richard
popular pizza,
yes.
The Hawaiian pizza, isn't there? That's very popular. It was very popular in Germany. It's popular over here in the UK.
It's popular here too.
Ham, pineapple, and cheese. Yeah, it's a Hawaiian. It's a standard pizza flavoring. I know there's a big internet debate going on about it. In fact, there's an awful lot of people doing it. So, yeah.
If I were to choose, I'd choose not to have pineapple. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I've got to ask, Jeanette. Here we go. You know what I'm going to ask, Pete? I'm going to ask. Well,
the question.
The question, Jeanette. You ready? Vegemite or Marmite?
None.
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 Best answer you could have given at the moment. Well, I'll accept that actually. Yeah.
Don't like either.
Hawaii. I tell you what, the KFC in Trinidad's rather good as well. It's
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really good. They've got a really it's different. It's a bit different. The chili sauce wasn't up to much, but the KFC itself is really good in Trinidad. I liked it.
Yum.
Considering how good Trinidadian food is, we only had it once.
Going back to KFC, has anybody seen this advertisement where they put in gravy on? Is it a burger or I don't know what it is, but I won't go anywhere near that with gravy.
Right.
I don't like the gravy.
It's but I mean, you know.
I've never liked the gravy.
Oh wait, you'll like my most recent video. Then I did a gammon and pineapple stir fry. You might like that.
Just said what's my favourite kitchen tool. I haven't really got a favourite kitchen tool. I mean, I did. If I got to say that whisk that my husband keeps nicking off me, because it's just right size. Let's say if you know the balloon whisks, they're a bit big and awkward and everything, and this is just the right size. You know, if you've got to beat eggs up or things like that. And another thing, I don't know whether you've seen it. They're called pastry cutters, and it's like an ergonomic, like half moon shape thing.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
They're simple, but whoever designed them, it saves you getting all pastry or all crumbs or whatever all over your fingers. You can do it all by that. You know what I mean?
Thanks for that, Brent, because I'm going to add that to my questions list now. That's favourite kitchen tool. This is how this grows organically.
But yeah, I would say that they're called pastry cutters, and what it were, I mean, like when I do my research on my recipes, I saw somebody using one. I thought, oh, that's fantastic, that is. So I went on Amazon and I ordered one.
Excellent. Yeah. I think I know which one I mean, but it's like for mashing up pastry. It's like you hold it like that, and it's got a sort of a smile underneath it.
Gordo's asked the question. About a certain shape cookie cutter. And yes, I have got a certain shape cookie cutter.
There's one for you, Patrick. The song Down Under by Men at Work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He mentions Vegemite sandwich, doesn't he? Yeah.
It does, yeah.
So,
yeah. Immortalised in rock and roll.
It was my way of a joke when we went to the meetup in Birmingham. I made out, and you know, and all blokes were saying, "I'm not having one of them." But anyway,
looked like a circumcising machine.
But anyway, yes, I have. I have got those, you know, those cookie cutters.
Yeah, Men and Work Down Under. That's quite good.
That was a massive hit, that song. It was huge.
Yeah, it was huge. It was big over here. Yeah, it's big over here. Any more questions before we call it a day, boys and girls? We need your questions if you want to keep this going.
Brenda says a pastry blender. Yeah, it's well. I mean, it all depends where you are in the world. The pastry cutter, or pastry blender. Yeah. You know, for the amount that they charge, I mean, I think mine were about, I don't know, $3.99, $4.99. You know, fantastic.
Question here, Pete and Patrick. Where I'm from Nottingham originally, but I now live in North Wales in the United Kingdom. Ian. Patrick, where are you from?
I forget. Australia.
It's from Melbourne in Australia, in Victoria in Australia.
Melbourne, Australia, yep.
Yeah, Ian's from Liverpool. Well, he's not actually from Liverpool. He's from that way. Oh, dear.
I thought it was Brussels, Brazil.
I'm bilingual now after living here for so long.
Oh, you're from Liverpool, are you? Yeah, it's just up the road, about an hour and a quarter up the road from me, Liverpool. My lady travels Nottingham.
Yeah,
I'm originally. I was born in Hucknall, and I lived in. I lived in Kimberley. Lived in Sneinton, in the city.
It's all right, Chris. Having a bit of a tittering corner. Yeah.
I live in Rill, which is a bit closer towards Liverpool than Colwyn Bay. Colwyn Bay is kind of how far? It's about 12 miles off. 12 miles west.
Colwyn Bay? I don't know. We haven't. It's all right. Chris has just said we've been to Colwyn Bay, and I says no, we haven't.
Do I like sheep?
That's what Chris were tittering away at it corner.
Do you think I'm from New Zealand or something?
He says I'm at Colwyn tomorrow. Oh.
They say they've found two new uses for sheep over here in Wales. Wool and meat. Oh yeah, Trinity Christmas is the best. That's true. They really go crazy with it. They do all the cooking and what have you, all the sweets and crazy. It is good. The black cake. The black cake is a bit like our fruit cake. Yeah. water park. Yeah, it's they call it SC2, Sun Center 2. Yeah, it's the only complaints I've heard about it is that it was too expensive. I don't suppose it's going to stay open while the coof is on, though. During lockdown. Any more questions, boys and girls?
I think Mike is leaving.
Mikey, cheers, mate. Well,
See
we're
you
going
later,
to wrap
Mike,
this one
Mr.
up.
Cast Iron.
We'll wrap this one up now, shall we? Because we're shy of. I think we've pretty much run out of questions. They've been coming thick and fast. So all that remains is for me to remind you to get over to Jeanette's channel. The link is in the description below this video, and it's the first link below this video. I'd like to say thank you to Jeanette for being a fantastic guest on the channel. Thanks to Patrick for moderating, and thank you all for coming along and making the show what it has been. And I hope to see you again on my channel. And I'll definitely be visiting Jeanette's channel again from time to time, as you know, because it's a live show and it's a long live show. So I will duck in from time to time.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'll definitely try and be on your next live, Jeanette.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great atmosphere. It's great.
Yeah.
They're fantastic folks. Yeah, they're lovely people. Right. So bye to everybody, and hope to see you again soon. Bye now.
Wakey says, great interview, different to see Jeanette as a guest.
Yeah, lovely. Different. How was it being in the hot seat then, Jeanette? How was it for you?
It were all right. It were all right. I was nervous to begin with, but you know, you've quelled all them fears. And
Pinky's just joined us, but we're just leaving. Pinky, thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming along, but we're just about to go. So, bye everyone. Bye now. Thanks for coming along.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for making it a great show.
Bye.
Bye.